lakad matatag!
Normally.
The hero is just dead, so I like it. I've seen it work out.
Base for the Morphling.
Yeah, definitely. Even the Morphling might need to show up early on a bit, just to help with the extra damage. Dark is looking very much dead.
Yeah, DK Focus gets himself first blood secured.
That was a hard group for sure. You know, I didn't know what I can expect from Moridu Thunders, but I knew that Monaspa was a team that's gonna be hard to beat for them, and in the end they didn't manage to beat either.
Flabbergasted surprise. Currently, Cuddle 31 last hits. No one 17 denies 25 last hits. That Enigma is getting destroyed in the top lane.
Definitely, we are gonna be seeing Dark.
The side lanes need a lot of help. Mid, of course, it's going in favor of the Coddle, but there's not much you can do against the Coddle with his cast range at the moment. Speaking of which, there's DP towards Stop Alone, dropping low, and Ribal gets himself a nice freebie. Just finished up his urn, and as you mentioned, the Spirit Vessel is going to be big value this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a huge value. The thing with the puck rotate twice, but overall it's still Darkside applying pressure.
Waveform has been used on Nesphere, so that's going to be on cooldown for a little bit. Does dodge the Illuminate Blast at the very least. Waveform is up, but he needs to get a wave to the side. Won't be able to get it off in the nick of time. It is just built on Enigmas. It does help a lot if you've ever played Enigma. The cast range of Black Hole is abysmal, especially if you like blink in, try to get a Black Hole, it tends to go wrong horribly. But speaking of going wrong, that's going to be a catch on to Sugar at top lane. And again, a rival Coddle TP through. They're trying to go for Dark. Illuminate Blast is going to be able to connect. Does a lot of damage. Oh, no, it does not. Just barely off the mark. Natty Narwhal, though, in return, will get a two-man Dream Coil connection onto the supports. Hoodwink is going to be the bigger of the two to take down, and the damage falls in the second. Oh, the toss from Alone is going to be enough to secure the kill. Actually looking for more. Gets a little bit dangerous the longer this engagement takes place, because of the Coddle, of course, constantly being able to reset cooldowns. Sugar at Black Hole immediately thrown out onto the Marcy, and they're finding themselves, they're trash. Everyone at the game, unless you are top 500, is trash.
Even that is debatable, you know. I'd say top 200 players are good. Everything below that is just trying to get to top 200.
Ooh, that's the reason why playing Morphling against Lina is a little bit scary.
Yep.
Because Laguna Blade is, well, most of your HP gone in a second.
That is true. Oh, Sugarat, he is in a ton of trouble. What's with the damage?
But at least he gets a kill. Yeah, DK Focus, that hits like a truck. But yeah, again, the Enigma, who is building, actually going for the blink. So it's actually the full Black Hole Enigma build that's coming into play, and it's gonna get delayed quite a bit more.
True. I'm loving the build coming out from Rabel. He wants to make sure that once he gets the BKB, Icerock tried to nerf the Lina with this, and they found the Coddle. That is big, just before his BKB.
At least they get something done as a counterplay. However, there's a chase on towards Alone. Natty Narwhal's trying to help as much as possible, but there's Nesphere turning into the Marcia. Can he get anything done? No one, of course, has that Aegis still left. Nesphere pops it quickly. Could go for the leap forward, but instead they're going to just back off and try and possibly get one of the supports. Speaking of which, ooh, Natty Narwhal playing with fire right there. Seneca's going to get charged out, taken down, but the mana is running empty on X3's side.
The only reason Darkside went, that was a huge one for sure.
Seneca is going to get smacked pretty quickly, and now they immediately kind of have to dip.
So now the Coddle has the BKB. The next big item that he wants, it seems like it's gonna be an Octarine. I expect.
Okay, makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Currently, Darkside 7k up, and that is a very dead Dark.
Very, very dead. I mean, he has been very dead.
Natty. That's slow. It's so nasty. Help me.
Imagine you're this puck, you're supposed to be this fast damage with the magical hits later on.
I don't. I've rarely seen. I've seen like 3 games. I've casted 3 games where I've ever seen that item being picked up. So, my idea behind it is fairly minimal.
Ultra late game item. The reasoning behind it is because you don't have too many items. I haven't had this talk today with Kips. You don't have too many items that give you magic resistance in the late game, whereas you have so many armor items. And in the late game, 70-80% physical damage resistance and 30% magical, and then you just do so much damage.
That does make a lot of sense, especially if you have like an OD. Nice Avatos onto 2, big Blink Black Hole onto
Big
2,
one.
catches the Lina in the back end, and that's no one down, plus Seneko. They find 3 kills, looking as Laguna on a target that was A on this, and very obviously so, because he did it like half a second after the A on this popped. Oh, Ribal, that's going to be a toss-up. Do they have the lockdown? Does have a BKB available at the moment. No one's actually coming in from the side as well. This is a dangerous engagement from both sides. They lose both Sugaret and Alone, and they're looking for more Dark. Can he disengage? It does not seem to be the case. The 3 cores are nearby. Nesfear is actually trying to go back in, but there's still a BKB on Ribal, so it's not going to be easy peasy. Well, Natty finds himself his...
You really need to make those moves. There's no doubt about it. They need to be everywhere on the map. A 5-man smoke might not be the best way, because you still want to pick off after pick off.
Oh, there's the piggy. The very hard piggy will be pretty easily secured. Hook shot thrown out to catch out Dark. They want to get the second support taken out. He is very deep though, Seneko. Incredibly deep.
Nesfear?
Maybe a little bit too deep. Actually, Nesfear, he's going to get hexed up as well. Nesfear doesn't have the Aegis anymore, and that's a big kill. 70 seconds is dead. Does have a buyback available in case it's...
So X3.
Well, 7k net worth again for Darkside, and they're looking for a fight.
Yeah, X3 are again going for a smoke, and it's all about setting things up around the Roche like last time. This time around, though, it's not gonna be as easy, but if they can make their way to the ward they have in the enemy jungle, they can find an angle at which it might be the initiation.
Oh, they are going to go in right now. Actually, the Morphling's taking a bit of damage there from DK. Focus needs to be careful once no one starts hammering away at the Morphling.
Enigma found.
He's back to his strength. Enigma has been caught on the back line. He throws out the Black Hole to just make sure that the catch on DK Focus continues, but they now need to disengage, and they're going to lose Nesfear. There's no buyback available for the Morphling. Alone needs to try and get a blink out of there. No one is on the chain of the game with either a refresher or an ag, so know which one it is. Luckily enough, Natty Narwhal is still doing God's work. However, oh, you said no one was, caught lacking a little bit, but that man is still alive and kicking with the preemptive LSA hit. Manages to catch out Natty Narwhal. That is gorgeous.
Yeah, it definitely is. I don't know if you saw spells.
And also, that feels like so...
I mean, who would you give it to?
Clockwork.
Okay, yeah, true.
Clockwork's Ags is actually really good. Just the extra vision that you gain is kind of sublime. Oh, that Marcy. It does look nice with double damage in the buff.
Whenever I see Marcy hitting people, I remember Dragon Ball Z. Like, da-da-da-da, bam! Someone gets smacked down. It is almost impossible.
If you would toss back on like the Morphling waves further back, away from the back, you could possibly get a catch. But right now there's going to be a chase coming in onto Sugar. Nice move there from Nesfear to get his teammate out of harm's way. Did force out a buyback onto Alone. There are some shenanigans you can go for, but it is, I do agree, very hard to make happen.
Look at Rabel, he's spamming Hex next to the Lina. What is he doing? That's why he's constantly towards her, because he wants once someone jumps into him to get the Hex.
They're going in, and they lost the Enigma. Does have a buyback available. They're all grouped up together. The Enigma needs to hurry up for a 4-man Black Hole. Can he get it off? He doesn't have the blink available right now, and actually going back in, this is the problem here. They're losing too much. It's going to be a 1-man Black Hole of all things, interrupted by no one. Goes in for more. Alone tries to stay alive, but there's nothing to stay alive with. They're all getting absolutely cracked. Lina still has the Aegis available as well, and the Blightmere roots. So they'll be able to control up the puck. The puck, Natty Narwhal actually pops the Aegis, but he's actually doing quite a significant amount of work. Can he get away? Yes, he can. No one is still alive and kicking with full HP, full mana, and that will definitely be Megas. if not the finishing of the game.
So what happened
They're
there
just
is
gonna call GG.
Enigma jumps in, didn't have a BKB obviously because of the previous fight when the Marcy went and dove their base. But what is happening there, Morphling goes in, pops the BKB, and the next one who jumps next to the... And nowadays, you just fall off, your damage is the issue. So, where the Phoenix is at its strongest, so that's when you strike on this Undying.
Well, that is going to be first blood secured. Nice microing of the creeps there. Nature's Prophet.
I don't know how he allowed that to happen.
Ooh. That's a good catch there by Nesphere. But in the bottom lane, yeah, it's the safe lanes that are just advantageous. But in mid, it's going to get scary because, of course, Nature's Prophet can always heal whenever...
Hyper at some point in the game he falls off. In this game, well, not so much. Once he has a BKB, they can't do anything to him.
Oh, GP has one more Spirit Siphon, but no mana. Sugar's gonna get taken down while Yamich gets finished off by Nesphere in the top lane. Seneko does need to be a little bit careful of any Sunstrike shenanigans though.
Luckily for him, Tiny is very low on mana, so he should be able to live through that. And there's the move onto the Drow.
Yep, Nesphere takes a lot of damage, and that TP wasn't even necessary to get the kill onto Nesphere, but he is going to go for Darken. With that, probably going to deal some damage to the tower at the same time. Big rotations would stop, and they're making their plays already here for the side of Darkside. Seneko does get finished off by Sugar in the meantime.
Alone needs to be careful.
No one. There's a Sunstrike possibly. No, actually, Phoenix dived back in. Sugar's going to get slowed down. He doesn't have any more healing left on the DP. He's going to get taken down. Sunstrike's not going to get... Well, the downside is the other two did not as much. Seneko in mid, taking a heap of damage. Nature's Prophet's ulti though, Rival does so much damage with just his ult. They dropped the Tombstone. That's actually problematic because the disarm came out. Tombstone will eventually get taken down, but they need to run away. This Nature's Prophet's going to get tossed back, taken down. And that is actually a really big kill.
Really weird that Darkside are fighting around the mid lane. Usually when you have...
To open up the map a little bit more, as you can see, the Darkside supports are looking for a fight. Yami's still not level 6, so they don't have Phoenix Egg just yet, which is obviously a very big cooldown to have for Darkside. Natty Narwhal needs to be careful because Hookshot is available. There's going to be the catch. Push back. DK Focus with the damage. Blows him up. Natty Narwhal gets deleted. That the safe lane wants to go for a fight, but they are going to try and get a greedy catch. Amich falling back. Sunstrike will get vision. Tombstone gets dropped as well. He drops the egg.
He's baiting.
And in from behind, Rybal will be able to get the signs off onto the Voker. However, Dark is blocking Rybal from going any further. Natty Narwhal now, can he get himself out of that tornado? Plus the meatball on top. Rybal is actually dropping very low onto the Nature's Prophet. Does he stay alive? Yes, he does. Barely survive. And it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. It was a very... Maybe he can stay alive long enough for the Exorcism to do its work, but they're just going to go for the TP out of there. And they're actually not even going to go for the Phoenix Egg.
They stop the TP on the Drow. He understands if they go and turn around there, kill the egg, then the chase could be on. Because every other little skirmish that was happening, you have lost it. So you're going to get the dough after that one, and there's going to be no one to assist your Drow to the base.
Yeah, it's all a little bit rougher. They're trying to bait out this regen rune. But walking up the high ground's dark. Smoke gets broken. Do they get the catch here? The focus pops the BKB immediately. They're actually all going to get rooted in from behind. Phoenix gets dropped in the process. Sugar is just straight up dead. And the rest of the team is on the disengage. Gets caught inside the cogs. They're diving for more. Nesphere is dead. Two very important cores found. The room for Natty Narwhal as well. Toss him back. And Natty, can he get out of there? He's dropping low to the dot. And even if he would get...
You make a mistake, goodbye, you are out. And I think you're completely right. I mean, Darkside are very likely to lose this one and also very likely to get eliminated as well after it.
Well, they are going to go in right there. Rival from behind pops the BKB. Nesphere is dead without even being able to respond whatsoever. 2 kills. Alone falls next. They're diving for more, seeing if they can catch Sugar up. I think even the Nature's Prophet shard was used there, but no connections made, and they're just going to push the high ground. Yeah. this point, what can X3 realistically do to try and turn this one around?
X3 are
They won everything else except for the TIs
Yeah.
in like 2-3 years straight.
for sure.
Okay, got in. Next is by Sugar up. Adiki focuses so much damage. Vinkroll doesn't really do much in the process. And they're just chasing him for more. No one gets a godlike streak. Dive in. Phoenix egg gets dropped. Do the
Maybe egg.
They should have enough to get rid of the egg, but Nesfir dies immediately afterwards. Natty Narwhal is completely alone, and Natty Narwhal, yeah, his entire team has been destroyed. He's just trying to keep them away from going for the high ground for as much as possible, but that's not even going to be necessary because they're already just going to tap out. GG gets called, and it's a 2-0 win by Darkside, and they did it pretty convincingly in both scenarios.
And both
Right. Trinkets.